Well, look, you know, the big society, I mean, it's a strange term in itself, isn't it? It's slightly Orwellian, big brotherish, you know, and I suppose it's easy to be cynical about it as well. I mean, it's like any big idea, you can take it down pretty easily. But I think, you know, in essence, you know, the big society, you know, for an organisation like Greenpeace, or even for any sort of, you know, for the charity sector as a whole, but particularly for organisations that are involved in activism, engaging people on quite large numbers, you know, both offline and online, the big society actually is something that I think is very important. We're all for empowering people. We're all for people having more information, more control over their lives, being able to determine their futures. And I think that if big society led to a kind of a greater understanding of that, a cultural shift, I think all of those things would be really important and really positive. The negative aspect of it is, if it's just the government short of money, cutting public services, deciding to dump a load of stuff on a lot of people who don't have the skills, don't have the information, don't have the ability to deal with the situation that they're in, and the state isn't providing any kind of proper backup or support system for them. So I think that that's going to be the real challenge, isn't it? Is like, how do you do this in a way that is empowering, is positive, is really beneficial for everybody? And I think it also, underneath it, because, you know, everyone says, well, it's the economy, stupid, and you know, the economy is critical for this. People having jobs is pretty critical for it, for one. But also I think the power of big business needs to be thought through as well, because if this is just like privatization of public services, for example, for big business to take over capital and so on and so forth, well, I think that would be wholly negative as well. I know the government talks about co-ops, mutuals, you know, but that's quite big economic transformations you're talking about there. You know, they're really going to see that through, because I think that's critical. I mean, if you could empower new groups in society, small, medium-sized businesses, people setting up their own businesses, being able to bid for contracts in the public and private sector and so on and so forth, well, then you're talking about something that's quite radical.